So back in 2018, I got the Nintendo Switch during the summer before my senior year of high school. I played some of Odyssey and Mario Kart 8, but ultimately when my school year started, I got busy and didn't pick the Switch back up much at all. About a year later, I traded my Switch with my sister for her camera, and then I myself went away to college for a few years where my everyday looks something kind of like this. This past May, I finished college and started working full time. Now with not having to deal with the stress of school, I ended up picking up a Switch too, and I have fallen in love with video games all over again. I've been going through so many games like Donkey Kong Bonanza, I went back and finished Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, and finally I've gotten to Animal Crossing New Horizons. Getting to this game this late does make me a little sad. My first ever home console and video game was the GameCube, with the original Animal Crossing, so the series has always had a special place in my heart. And with all this, I've decided to just say screw it and record my first ever playthrough of Animal Crossing New Horizons. So almost 6 years later than most, I found myself at the airport with Timmy and Tommy. I designed my character, picked an island, and headed out there with them and 2 other villagers. Upon arrival, we all met with Tom Nook, who, if you've played Animal Crossing before, always seems like a great guy at first. He provides for you and helps you get on your feet, but then he teaches you a great life lesson, which we will get to later on. Anyway, me, Tammy, and Sprocket we're each given tents, and we're told to plot where we'd like to set up our living spaces. After I chose mine, I then am forced to tell my other 2 villagers where to put theirs because I guess they're incapable of anything. Once that was decided, we then were tasked with getting firewood and pears for an island warming party, where by nightfall, Tom Nook lit up a campfire and tasked us all to come up with a name for the island. I went with Valeria. It was unanimously agreed upon. Again, no surprise, no one seems to have a mind of their own on this island. Good old Tom Nook then handed me a cot to sleep on, and I headed to my tent where I had to play Tetris with the furniture to get everything the way I wanted it. After a night's sleep, Tom Nook came to deliver me that life lesson I mentioned earlier, and essentially that is that nothing in this life is fucking free, kids. Homie hands me a smartphone and then hit me with a bill that comes out to 49,800 bells. Thankfully, there's also a form of currency known as Nook Miles, which are attained from just playing the game, and only 5,000 are needed to pay this bill. Nintendo was nice enough to mail me a do-it-yourself workbench, and with it doing absolutely nothing when first looking at it, I knew I'd have to go see Tom Nook once more. On the way to Mr. Nook, I ran into Sprocket, who gifted me an ugly-ass hat for telling him where to put his tent. Hell no, I'm not putting that shit on. Once I get to Tom Nook's tent, I then learn some valuable info. I learned that I can craft tools, and I go out and grab some wood to build a flimsy fishing rod. While in that tent, I pull a fast one on Timmy. I pull a cardboard box out of the garbage and sell it to him along with that hat from Sprocket. I also learned that I can make money by picking up all the weeds, and I get right into it. I'm not leaving a speck on the ground. While collecting weeds like a madman, I run into Sprocket. You know, I don't know if he knows about the whole hat situation or not, so it's already kind of awkward. And then this guy just straight up complains to me about how he's a broke ass bitch. He too learned that we can now make money by picking up the weeds, so I gotta take every single one in his vicinity now. Eventually, I come across my first fish, and well, I could already tell the fishing mechanics might drive me to a toaster bath in the future. The game also was nice enough to tease me with a floating gift that I can not yet get my hands on. Once I'm done with the weeds, I go and sell them for some bells, and I start to play with the phone a bit. I realize there's an app that straight up tells you how to get miles, and I just run through it. I post on the island's noteboard, I design my own design, I take a selfie, I edit my profile, I make a campfire. After this, I just gotta catch 10 fish and 10 bugs. This was annoying at times, especially the fishing and sometimes just waiting to see a stupid bug, but finally we got them, and along with that, enough miles to pay off the first bill. I got to pick out my house, and with the game time running on real time, the house won't be done until the next day. So with that, I'm gonna end this here. I'm definitely enjoying this game. I am excited to see all the world building this game has to offer that wasn't in previous installments I have played. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.